I got to keep marking my diagram. ER, IT, ET, IR. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to try to take really slow here, really slow, because these are not easy. First, proof statement. I am asking you to prove TD congruent to RO, which in our minds at this point in the unit is saying, okay, those are two sides that correspond. They will not be congruent unless the triangles they belong to are congruent. So I know this proof is going to end in CPCTC, no matter how long it might be. All right, those are two corresponding sides. They will not be congruent unless the triangles they belong to are congruent. Well, we have another problem now, don't we? They belong to two sets of triangles. TD and RO belong to two sets of triangles. So we need to make a class decision right now. There is no wrong choice, but we do need to make the same decision, and that is what two triangles are we going to prove congruent right now? My thought is you prove the two that you have the most information about. All right, prove the two you already have the most information about, which would be which two triangles here? Go ahead, Riley. I guess you're making our class decision here.
Triangle ROE and triangle TDI.
Yeah, I would do the top and the bottom one here. I already have a right angle and a pair of sides. So why not roll with that? Yep. So those are the two I'm going to highlight right now. TDI and EOR. Good choice, Riley. Good choice. I already have a pair of sides in TI and ER. I already have a pair of sides. I will have a pair of angles in step 2 once I tell you what. I don't have them right now, but what should I write in step 2, Jaden? So I do have a pair of angles. Perfect. Those two angles I gave you as right angles should be congruent to each other. And there's, hey, maybe I'm overhyping this, guys. We're already at step 2, and we already have a 2 pair out of the 3 we need. Maybe I'm over in the hyping this, huh? It's not as bad as I actually made it out to be. All right, yesterday we went up to level 2, and I thought it was, I called it level 2 proofs because it was tough to find. It was tough to find that third pair sometime, wasn't it? That's always our sticking point. Usually one pair is given, second pair we can do pretty quickly on our own, and then that third pair I'm like searching. It's like, where's Waldo? Searching for that thing. Searching. Now level 3, it's almost impossible to find it. Okay? It's almost impossible to find the third pair. I'm just going to go right into it. Okay, I would love to have time to search, get in groups, and come up with different thoughts. But because of the short class here, I'm just going to get right into it. They don't exist right now. The third pair don't exist right now. They will in a couple steps, they will. But as of right now, nobody's giving me a third pair. Nobody. I hate to break it to you. Nobody's giving me a third pair that are congruent. Which means I'm not going to be able to prove those two triangles that we highlighted at this moment. So I need you guys to turn your focus somewhere else other than those two triangles. Is there a pair of triangles in that diagram that you could prove congruent? Let's put it that way. Because right now, the two we highlighted, it's not happening. I don't have a third pair. It's not going to happen. Get over it. I need to go to another pair. Is there a pair of triangles up here that can be proven congruent? Gianna, go ahead. I saw you put the paw up pretty quick.
TIE and EIR.
Everyone look at the two big ones here. TEI, see those two? They already have a pair of two sides, and ERI, two sides. I already have 2 pairs of sides. What's the missing pair going to be? Maddie. The shared side, EI. So does everyone, here's my plan. I do not have enough information to prove those two triangles, so I'm going to a new pair. And you're going to see what I do with that new pair right now. So I'm going to tell you EI is congruent to EI, reflexive. Then, okay, the two I highlighted aren't congruent, but I do have a new pair congruent though, which is triangle TEI congruent to triangle. If I go TEI, what do I got to go there, kids? RIE? How's that look? RIE, all right, if I match it up that way? Yes. What method? Side, side, side. Okay. Let me try to tie this all together now. I just didn't prove those two triangles congruent because it made my proof longer. And hopefully I get more credit. Here's why. These two, oh, darn it. These two, this pair of triangles and the pair we got stuck on have a pair of corresponding parts in common. I need you to find them. That pair that we just proved congruent by side, 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 the big pair, has a pair of corresponding parts in common with the two we need, and that's going to be the third pair we were missing. All right, so I want you to search on your diagram right now. Find a pair of angles or a pair of sides that both sets of triangles have, because that's going to be my missing pair I needed at the beginning of this. Can you find a pair of sides or angles that both sets of triangles have right now? Because that is going to be your missing pair that we needed for the highlighted triangles. Find it, find it. We see any? Julia, did you see it?
Angle IER congruent to EID.
Okay, let me mark it and then we'll write it. This one, look. Everyone agrees that's in my blue highlighted one and the big one we just proved. Congruent to this one, which is in my yellow, and the other large one that we just proved congruent. Those are two corresponding angles. Because these triangles are congruent, so are those angles by what? What do we call that? CPCTC. There it is. Angle TIE. And you could look, let's make sure we're good here. You could call this TIO, TID, TIE. It's all the same angle, yes? It's all the same angle. Congruent to angle IER. CPCTC from these triangles. And guess what we just unlocked there? That third pair we never knew we never had up above. Now we have another pair of angles. Now I have enough information to prove triangle EOR congruent to triangle. All right, how do I name that one now? EOR. How would you name the next one then? If I go EOR, IDT, EOR, E's congruent to I, right up there. So it's got to go I, D, T. Yep. What's the method? Angle, side. And we said we needed the triangles congruent so we could get those sides congruent by CPCTC. Regroup here, regroup. Let's summarize what just happened here because I could see smoke coming out of some of your ears here. We were missing the third pair. That's nothing new to us. That's been the last 2 days with us. We've never had that third pair. We had to search for it. But here's what was new today. Where did the third pair come from? Another set of triangles being congruent. That's where your third pair is going to come from on these level 3 proofs. It's going to come from not the triangles you need, but from another set of triangles. All good there? Anything you want to ask about this one? It's intimidating. What do I got? Period 5. We got 9, 918. So what do I got? 5 minutes. I don't think we'll get the next one done in 5 minutes. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to stick to my plan, which was to do one with you today. We'll do these two on Monday, but I wanted to give you a little taste there. Okay, I wanted to give you a little taste of what's going to happen. So it's up to you. You want to start the homework proofs this weekend and try at it, go ahead. But if not, I'm checking it Wednesday. All right, I'm going to check it on Wednesday.